Vince Russo lashed out at WWE for the long entrance of Jey Uso on Raw. I swear, bro, I think his entrance tonight, bro, I think that this was a world record, bro. And let me tell you, bro, let me tell you something about this Jey Uso, bro. I think that this was the longest entrance in the history of professional wrestling, bro. They're not getting it, bro. People at home are bored with that garbage, bro. I've said it a million times. If you're there, it's one thing. If you're home changing the channel and you're gonna come back when the action is taking place, Russo said on Legion of Raw. Here's the other thing, though. I disagree. When you're scrolling and you see like a live performance going on, I'm pretty sure that's a stopper. And when you stop and you're like, what is this? iHeart Music? Like, what the f- is this? Quavo's Travis Scott's on stage with Jay. Oh, it's WWE. This is WWE now? I just think they're tapping into a whole thing that I swear, bro, I invented Stone Cold, bro. Like, I just think you're out of touch. You know, a lot of these dudes just don't really know what's going on. So Drew storming out legit? Yes. Getting worked? Yeah. Someone's going to owe you a roll of cheese against that, because even Drew's making videos like, if you hear shit from anyone but me, whatever. Anyways, though, an injury-related issue is keeping the Wyatt Six off of TV. So there you go. I guess that's where they are. We went over the Triple H Hall of Fame stuff. Drew McIntyre was said to be left fuming with the actions of one individual in the Royal Rumble match last night who was accused of trying to take center stage when McIntyre's elimination was due to take place. Yeah, more of a timing thing that maybe WWE thought was going to register. Or maybe Drew was like, what the was that? You know, like maybe he said something. Oh, well, they get over it, right? Now they just blew it up into this whole thing, and everyone's like, we want to see LA Knight and Drew. Boom, match made right there. There's another one we all would accept. Here's what I was talking about. I can't really play this because it's a Limp Bizkit. We get pulled. But yeah, this is just, they're still using this promo package at the pace. Like all these years later in the NBA, this package is just goated between The Rock and Austin for WrestleMania 17, My Way. Yeah, probably already. I don't know if that was enough. Sorry, YouTube, if I played too much of that for you. Austin Creed posted this picture. So this family, or these people, I guess, take a picture with him, and this kid's shirt says, I got in trouble at school and my punishment was having to meet Xavier Woods. Logan Paul has responded to Bad Bunny's claims of being the best celebrity wrestler. Logan Paul says, people commenting, Logan Paul this, Logan Paul that. I actually think he's right. Bad Bunny is a fantastic celebrity wrestler. Keyword, celebrity. I am a wrestler, born, raised, and bred. If he ever wants to run it, okay, Mr. Bunny, Mavericks like me eat bunnies like you for breakfast. Boom, right there. That's a Mania match. Night 1 or 2, you know. This weekend's Royal Rumble is expected to be the biggest non-WrestleMania show in the history of pro wrestling in North America. And that's Meltzer saying that. So is the best guy Tony Khan? Tony Khan. Drew McIntyre was, this is per Fightful, he was cursing backstage at the Royal Rumble about someone having to get their moves in. A number of talent have reached out and agreed with McIntyre. So Fightful's claiming that a number of WWE talent have reached out to them and agreed with McIntyre and indicated the frustration was on LA Knight. Originally, Damon Priest was to eliminate McIntyre before Logan Paul's entrance. So now they're just implicating wrestlers backstage. Like off. WWE pushed Penta at Wednesday's WWE Town Hall meeting and played a reel of his WWE Raw appearances. It was noted that while Penta has wrestled in the U.S. in the past, WWE sees something truly special in him while bringing up his social media engagement as well. Yeah, man. Penta, Vac Air, I'm telling you, tons of social media impressions for them. And dude, they played his at the town hall. Like, he's getting a big push too. Amazing. It's him and Jordan right now. It's their era. So CM Punk was on Pat McAfee, and he says AJ Lee's chilling at home watching Larry. Well, she wasn't at the Rumble, so he wasn't lying. But here's Triple H cooking the dirt sheets, like I was talking about before at the post-Rumble presser.
Contrary to everybody going out there and saying, you know, online or whatever, this is where they're going. I know. I talked to a dude to another dude that talked to a dude that said he knew this. I can tell you none of them know. None of them know. So, contrary to
Triple H cooking the sheets, bro. Pat McAfee talks about AEW to CM Punk very briefly as Ludwig makes his entrance. Well, he doesn't. He says we don't have to talk about that elite place, but
how do you feel about Mr. Cena?
I love him to death. I feel spoiled that I get to witness whatever journey he's about to embark on. I think it's exciting. I selfishly am looking forward to Saturday. Hopefully there's a moment where me and him
I think everybody's
can have a moment, you know. But there's so many guys, so many bodies. I don't know if it's in the cards, but we'll see.
You did a wink, nod to him 2 weeks ago, maybe, or a promo, or 3 weeks ago during a promo about him having his last time is now and his run and who he's going to go with and yada, yada, everything like that. The world obviously exploded just at the thought of it. He certainly exploded just even thinking about it.
All over.
He's special, though, man. There's a lot of those guys. You're obviously talked about in that same air as those legends, and I assume you don't view yourself as that. But there's a lot of legends in the WWE right now, and obviously it's at an all-time high. Cena coming back, Rock coming.
yeah, Punk is one of those names. That's the Phantom bookmarks. Well, goddamn, kid. McAfee offers him a beer. He's trying to offer him Hulk Hogan beer, too, and Punk's like, nah. And then people got mad at Pat McAfee. They're like, oh, man, how dare he offer him? What an asshole, offers a straight-edge guy a drink. It's like, dude, he's ripping. Like, they know each other. But, yeah, here's more of their hijinks here without losing it, hopefully.
Probably, honestly, why a lot of them don't like me is because they were here holding it down for so long, and they're just like, every time we go out there and we're busting our ass, and they're chanting for some guy who's not even here. Like, that's gotta suck, man. That's disheartening.
That's been talked about a lot. You're the guy that left every single promo that you get into with somebody.
There's a bunch of sensitive folk around.
Yeah, they always say.
And of course, they're shoot working. It's not like he's burying people for real, but but let's not. Hey, I'm going to work at kayfabe from now on, okay? This show only exists in kayfabe.
At the press conference, the post show.
Here's what about Pat McAfee allowing Michael Cole to interview Jey Uso today on this show. So let's take a look at this. And this is what Cena told Jey Uso when they embraced there. And you could see Cena talking to him for a long time, and then he held his arms, held him around to the crowd. Here's what he was telling Jay.
You were at the press conference, the post show. What about what John said? And you've known John a long time like I have. I've never heard John in the mood that he was in that night. And he basically said, I've done everything for this company for 25 years. It's time to put myself first. I think the best thing for business is.
Okay. We're going to get Don Stevens for that. Pause. 2, 3, 4.
For me to main event WrestleMania. For me to.
Showing the whole Rumble. Hey, Netflix. There, let's see what
in Toronto. What did it feel like for you, Jay, to actually eliminate?
Man, that man raised me, man. Raised me in the business for decades, man. So it's like full circles. When he came back in the ring and hugged me, man, I said what he told me, man. Like, I remember your first tour, like he was shooting on me. He's like, turn me around. He's like, look at these people, man. Like, when he starts pointing, he's like, look at them. This is all for you. It was congratulations. Love you. And he let me have the ring, man. That's when I was like, there was just 29 people up in here, and that was just me.
Just you, Oos. Day one-ish. We're all proud of you.
Yeah, dude. Amazing stuff. When Drew McIntyre, so who is this here? PW Insider. They have a longer version of this. When Drew McIntyre returned to the back during the Royal Rumble, he was screaming and cursing that someone had to get their moves in at the expense of a number of stories in the match. Something went amiss with McIntyre's planned elimination, which was to spark a storyline between Damian Priest, he and Priest for Mania. When Knight backed up into Jay, Priest, and McIntyre as they headed towards the ropes for the spot, the feeling among those spoken to is that McIntyre may have been upset that Knight's errant movement killed the drama and momentum of the spot, taking something that was meant to be a big moment and rendering it into something that sort of happened in a clunky manner, losing the moment that was meant to spark the Priest McIntyre story. One WWE source downplayed the situation, saying the company can always tweak things in post-production, but acknowledged McIntyre's anger after. I don't know. So me and Husey were talking, and we're just like, how the fuck would Drew have known? Because the only way it comes across that it was botched is if you see it from our point of view, which Drew didn't have, unless audibly he heard the LA Knight chant, and for some reason he got angry at that and assumed what was going on. Because if you just watch it back, I mean, I don't know. You'll see what I'm seeing. So I just think maybe the production, like Drew goes backstage. Picture this. Drew goes backstage. They're like, hey, it looked like this. And then Drew goes, really? And then they just work an angle. Well, we'll tell them you're mad. We'll tell them it's blah, 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 da, 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 da. I think that's because they're just working all the sheets, bro. Triple H, we have the clip right here laughing at him. They don't know, laughing about it. Goldberg says he's been busting his ass training for his final WWE match. I'm thinking I'm doing all of this for one night. So one match. I think he'll have a one and done. Speaking of Charlotte Flair, Andrade and Charlotte Flair divorced in October of 2024 via TMZ. So we all didn't know that. But Andrade still came back to WWE, and everyone's profesh, and I don't know, good for them. So some dirt sheets were also saying that Angelo Dawkins was seen walking around on crutches. He tweets out whack-ass dirt sheets, destroys them. Jey Uso said that Cena said to him, he hugged me and goes, hey, I remember your first tour. I always told you and your brother you guys would be fine. Be yourself. Look at these people now. That's when he turned me to the crowd, and they were just hitting it, man, the yeet. So, yeah, man, love for John Cena. He's a GOAT. Here's I Show Speed and Logan Paul. Here's a real injury he got from being thrown over that announce table as well. And, yeah, I don't know, man. JD's a crazy dude taking that bump to the outside. I think talent are made aware, like, yo, this new table, be careful about this thing, you know? So it's more of a throw over table than a go through table, as we've seen over the last few weeks or whatever, which in kayfabe makes sense. Why wouldn't you reinforce the thing more? So, or at least you're in the Netflix era and on. But yeah, look at this. This is actually like a nasty. I don't know if it's like a gash or just a skin ripping offing. I don't know.
Are you actually good?
Oh, skin peeling. Damn, dude. I Show Speed. Putting his body on the line, pal. Speaking of talking report, Drew McIntyre's stormed out of the building. We covered that. Here's what Drew has to say about these about this sort of stuff right here. Here's what Drew thinks about the sheets.
If you don't hear it from me live on WWE TV or on my social channels, assume every single thing you hear about Drew McIntyre is BS. Oh, and how soon you'll all forget. If you don't hear,
so likely everyone's just full of. WWE Evolve will showcase in-ring action featuring rising WWE prospects as they look to become full-fledged superstars. Evolve premieres March 5th on Tubi. I'll be watching. Let's hear what Triple H has to say about Evolve.
Additionally, before we talk about the show, it's been a big week of announcements. We announced this week WWE Evolve will launch on Tubi on Wednesday, March 5th. That will be a show that I'm excited about. It in many ways for me seems like going back to the very beginning of NXT when nobody knew who anybody.
See, this is what I've been saying forever on PWT. NXT's so big and hot and everyone's so over there. We need something new to where it's like we don't know everybody and we're not watching them day in and day out improve. For real, we need to go back to like regional televised or just indies. So Evolve will showcase some of these people so you can go follow them on the indies. WWE ID talent, maybe an NXT guy goes down and shocks everyone. Maybe Lexus King and those sorts of guys. But NXT shouldn't even be on TV, but it is, and it's at such a high level. Okay, keep that as like the I guess if we're going back to other sports, right? It's like, I guess NHL would be the main roster. AHL would be the NXT, and then regional whatever hockey club would be Evolve or whatever. So I'm here for that. I'm here for it.
But he was, and it was just a bunch of young kids trying to find their way to get in the business, and that's what we're going to go back to with that show. Evolve will showcase a lot of the talent off our WWE ID program, and it will feature talent that are training in the Performance Center now, where we have, roughly anywhere from 100, 120 talent training there at all times. Some of them are just getting started, and this is a way for them to sort of cut their teeth and get that experience of live crowds and doing live television or doing television. And really break in, and hopefully all of you will get to know them as they move up the line, and eventually down the line make it to NXT, make it to Raw, to SmackDown, to Wrestle.
Yeah, so just the NXT of NXT, basically filtering in indie stars and whatnot, NIL talent that they think deserve a push. So Hulk Hogan speaks on Bret Hart's career. So this is what Hulk has to say about the GOAT, okay?
Bret Hart.
On Pat McAfee. And he's obviously wasted off his beer. Like, he makes this beer and just becomes a drunk. I don't know. It's kind of sad. He's just becoming Flair, dude.
Bret Hart say that I destroyed his career because I had the pencil, but then, he's hated Vince, and he's hated Flair, and he's hated
Goldberg.
Bischoff and Goldberg. Everybody hates everybody. So, I don't know where I fall in line there, but
You don't know where you are on the hating.
I don't know. Well, the funny thing was last time I saw
Will you ever
him,
try to reach out and make right?
well, if I saw him, the last time I saw him, I was in a WWE locker room and I was being called to go to the gorilla position. And when I opened the door, Natty, who I love to death, was standing there with Bret. I go, "Hey, Bret, how you doing?" I shook his hand real quick. I didn't think he realized I did it.
You stolen.
No, I said, "Hey, Bret, how you doing?" He stuck his hand out. I shook it real quick, and I was gone before he even realized it was me, I think.
Much like you did with Macho Man before.
What's that?
Okay, so Hogan telling somebody, he didn't just quickly shake. No one doesn't realize Hulk Hogan shaking their hand.
You guys, made up.
Who, Bret?
Yeah.
No, we haven't talked at all.
No, but I'm saying you should do that with everybody.
Oh, I'd love to.
I think it would be.
Oh, I love Bret to death. I think tell, man, but I don't know. Bro, it is what it is with your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, especially with where the business is.
I'll put it to you this way: if you could have done any better, you would have.
Okay.
If you could have done any better, you would have. Like, Bret Hart didn't do good. That's crazy.
Okay.
I respect that. And it's about everybody. That's every sport, by the way.
But everybody makes their own deal, brother.
That's not just professional wrestling. That
Yeah.
happens in football. That happens in hockey. That happens in basketball.
And Pat's right about that, but Hogan just, come on, brother. Here's John Cena. People want him to sound heelish. I just think he's really putting his acting chops on the line as Io Sky makes her entrance. Let's hear what Cena has to say at the post-Rumble scrum.
Different tonight. I'd like to play a little game. It's called Who Can Get the Headline Out Fast Enough. So I'll be fielding no questions and trying to do my best to make a statement moving forward. In the 23 years I've been in this business, I know there are different perspectives about my path, but my truth is I've never used my opportunities for a spot that I haven't earned. Tonight was special for many reasons, but it has begun to sink in that it was my last Royal Rumble. And at Las Vegas, and looking at the sign, it was down to 2. I had a moment to let the energy sink in. I realized that Las Vegas is my last WrestleMania. The last time I main evented a WrestleMania was 2013.
So last time he main evented was 2013. He really thought he was going to win the Rumble. I just think he's getting the acting chops over, dude. We heard it on TV if you're watching Raw. He gets passionate. He starts to cry almost the way Jey sort of was. And he's like, I'm in for the Elimination Chamber. We all saw the graphic. Alfred Konowa brings this to the show. Travis Scott's 4x4, WWE Raw's theme song on Netflix, is the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 with 6.2 million streams after its first official release week. Let the rap and wrestling era reign forever. It is the rap and wrestling era, it seems like. And yeah, the #1 song for the #1 show on Netflix, buddy. How about that? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE news.